the Denison women's team comes out donning in all black jerseys, while Washington Lee is in the white jerseys with the blue shorts.
Offense looks to be a key for both sides today, as not a lot of goals been scored. I think 5 between them in almost about 10 matches to start off the year. As we see Phoebe Gilbert, the speedy sophomore, dribbling up the far side of the field.
Washington Lee only has 2 goals in their first 2 games, but this is a very potent offense. They have 20 shots on goal compared to their opponent's 6. So it looks like the shots are getting there. We just hope the Big Red defense can keep them off the board.
Saw Wozniak battling for possession in the middle of the field. Another solid, got a midfielder for the Big Red that can win a lot of one-on-ones and try to keep possession throughout the day.
Definitely. That's going to be a key to today's game, those 50-50 balls. This game can change on the turn of a dime, and we need those X-factor players to win those 50-50 balls.
Nice pass there to the side by number 22, Rebecca Morris, for Washington and Lee.
I'll tell you what, speedy Phoebe Gilbert, if the Big Red offense can get her the ball in space, she can make some good things happen.
Yeah, like I said, if you find space, you can create chances, and Denison uses the sides of the fields a lot more than most teams do, to where they try to win these free kicks and earn through balls to the middle from the edges.
You can tell early on that the physical presence of the Denison forwards, Meg Wozniak and Maggie Armstrong, are definitely going to pose a threat to the smaller Washington and Lee, excuse me.
Yeah, height.
Defense.
There's always a height advantage when you have Meg Wozniak in the game. Yeah. So we got Kate Dana Miller taking the free kick here from the near side. Denison piling inside the box. Kick looks good to the middle of the box. The header just over the top and a little bit wide. Didn't get a good strike on it with the head there, but it was a good ball.
Denison offense, very aggressive early. Let's see if they can maintain this throughout the first half.
And just like you said, as you see right there, the height. Getting to that ball clean, just didn't get that great of a strike on it.
And I'm going to go out on a limb right now, and I'm going to make my call. I think the first goal of this game is going to be scored off the head of Meg Wozniak.
Phoebe Gilbert, possession in the middle field, kicks it back to her defender, Kate Dana Miller.
Denison really seems to be controlling the tempo early.
Yeah, holding possession, getting what they want offensively, even though it's still early.
Ball out of bounds there, throw in for Washington and Lee. Ball's about midfield. Actually looking like a free kick here.
Long kick to the middle of the box. Battled for and finally kicked out by Kelly O'Neill.
Nice play right there.
And good job of avoiding the corner and getting it to where it wasn't kicked out of bounds.
Definitely. It's the small things like that that can minimize those opportunities that can really make the difference in a game like this.
She's again battling it. Kicking it out long to Meg Wozniak. Recovered nicely by Washington Lee.
Ball out of play there. Throw in. There's Washington Lee. Looks to be taken by number 7, team captain Kelsey Jervis.
There we see Grace Murray for the first time, the senior.
I was about to say, I mean, Maggie Armstrong and Meg Wozniak, the 2 upperclassmen, they kind of get all the glory for this Big Red team, but Grace Murray, she's been around for a while. She's a senior, and she's definitely made an impact in this game today and for the past 3 years for this team.
Header won there by Lainey Smith. Wins possession for Washington Lee.
Ball's played in the middle for Washington Lee. Threatening, and it's out of play on the far side. Throw in for Denison.
Kicked out by Caroline Peters. Jack, you see both these teams trying for the long ball early. Do you think that's any coincidence since they have not put a lot of balls in the back of the net?
You know, it looks like both teams are kind of just trying to feel out this game right now. A lot of through balls, a lot of opportunities for their forwards to go chase the ball and possibly create an opportunity for each other.
Right.
I don't believe we've seen any sets yet. Maybe one off that one, the corner throw-in. But other than that, it's been a game of kind of cat and mouse so far. Both teams are trying to find out, trying to feel out the other team, find their weaknesses, find their strengths.
It's also been, so far, a game of pace.
Yes.
Maybe testing conditioning on both sides. But
I, for one, am tired watching this game already.
yeah, we don't do a lot of we do a lot of conditioning, but we don't really.
More of a weight room guy, Noah.
More
of a weight room guy. Here's a break right now for Washington and Lee. That's number 10 leading it, Caroline Peters, and it's taken away by Denison. And I've noticed the ball's really hanging around midfield.
Yeah. As far Washington and Lee doing a good job slowing down Denison's attack, keeping their play to the middle of the field.
I've noticed the pace is changing. The Washington and Lee's maintained possession for a little bit more in these last couple minutes. But the Denison defense is standing strong. Led by number 8, the Denison defense, the freshman, Kate Dannemiller. She's made a significant impact so far already today.
Yeah, we've called her name just a little bit. See if that continues. Ball kicked out there by number 7, Kelsey Jervis.
There's Phoebe Gilbert with the header win. She seems to be all over the place so far, Noah.
She is the pacemaker for the Denison University Big Red. She wins balls. She is able to make great passes, crisp passes, run the sidelines, get open. She can do it all. She's
you know
really
where I come from, what they call that?
What do they call that?
An X Factor, Noah.
An X Factor.
Phoebe Gilbert is an X Factor.
Kind of like the Sean Kaiser for the Browns.
Let's stick to soccer today, Noah. Out of play there, throw-in for the Big Red. It's Grace Murray to take it. That's down the far side to Meg Wozniak.
Kicked high in the air, out.
Ball out of play, Denison maintains possession. Denison now threatening in the Washington and Lee territory. Throw-in to be taken by number 13, Emma Finney. There's Phoebe Gilbert again. Ball played in the middle. Grace Murray with it in the box. There's number 11.
There's a good strike there by Maggie Armstrong.
Just blocked by the
right
Washington Lee defense. Very congested in there.
Ball striked well.
Oh! And there's a goal for Denison. A wonder strike from outside the box. And that's got to be none other than number 25.
Allyson Vilsack.
The senior from Kirtland, Ohio.
Stepping up and making a strike from way outside the box that the goalkeeper thought was going to come down. But now let's see. It's going to be interesting to see how Washington Lee answers that. Jack, what do you think they can do?
They're already back in Denison territory, threatening. But that Denison defense, they're not giving an inch, Noah. Ball's at midfield. Phoebe Gilbert right in the mix again. And she's got it. And she's breaking away. Phoebe Gilbert leading the charge down the field for Denison. And there's a penalty on Washington and Lee. Free kick to be taken just inside midfield by number 8, Kate Dannemiller. Washington and Lee forming a little wall in front of this free kick. Do you think they're a little worried from that last goal?
I think they should be worried, but then again, it's not Vilsack.
Ball played in the middle, and it's shot out of play to the right side. Going to be a goal kick for Washington and Lee.
Just over 10 minutes into this match, shots led by Denison 3-0. So far, Jenny Harold has had a nice, crisp, easy afternoon, enjoying the weather.
Yeah, well, she might be taking that defense out for a steak dinner tonight. They're standing tough. Washington and Lee controlling the ball on their behalf. Ball played up the right side by Washington and Lee. And Denison kicks it back to Harold. She maintains possession. And to Kate Dannemiller in the middle of the field. Kate surveying the field, plays it forward. Stolen by Washington and Lee. Washington and Lee threatening into the Denison box. That's number 4 for Washington and Lee, Sydney Von Rosenberg. The freshman from Bourne, Texas.
See, early in this game, in this match, Denison being a little bit more physical, winning a couple more one-on-ones, winning these loose balls.
Those 50-50 balls, that's where the money's at. Controlled by the Denison defense, played to the far side. And coming up the field now. That's number 13 for Denison, Emma Finney. Play to the far side, it's Wozniak down the right side. One-on-one with the Washington Lee defender.
Kicked out by Hannah Dodds.
And it's going to be a Denison throw-in. Emma Finney to take the ball. Play in the middle. Wozniak controls. And Washington and Lee bails her out. Played in the middle by number 8, Dana Miller. And Phoebe Gilbert. Ball is bombed out of play by the Washington Lee defense. Talk about a moonshot, Noah.
Guess when you go for it, you got to go for it big, huh?
Where'd that come from? Another Denison throw-in. Emma Finney again.
Every single throw-in has gone to Meg Wozniak. I wonder if Washington Lee's going to adjust that and put 2 defenders on her.
Finney plays it in the middle to Gilbert. Gilbert out wide. There's Grace Murray in the corner, battling for possession. And it's played out of bounds. Another Denison throw-in. And let me guess, Emma Finney to take it. Finney plays in the middle. Maggie Armstrong. Headed into the box and cleared away again by Washington Lee. And here we have a corner kick for the Big Red. The senior Grace Murray to take the kick. Denison loading the box with their heavy hitters, Maggie Armstrong and Meg Wozniak, placing themselves in the center of the action. Murray to take the kick.
It's on net.
On net, and it just squeaks through. Phoebe Gilbert maintains possession on the far side. She puts it back in the box. And Washington and Lee clears it out. Played back in. And through. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick for Washington and Lee. Denison being very aggressive early, Noah.
Relentless attack, finding the open lanes and timing their runs very well.
Very nicely. And, you know, sometimes they just have to see one ball go in the back of the net, and then everything else will fall into play.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They're also making us look good at our jobs by saying they should probably try to score more since they haven't scored much, and they already have.
True. You know, this is my first day on the job, and that was my first golazo call. So it means a lot to share it with you.
It's a big day.
Thank you. Ball on the far side. Washington and Lee gains possession. And played out of bounds. Going to be a Washington and Lee throw-in. After the Denison goal, Washington and Lee threatened a couple times. But since then, it's really been mostly Denison in the Washington and Lee territory. Really a game of back and forth so far.
Definitely evenly matched. Aside from chances.
Ball played into the middle. Headed by Madison Smith. And Phoebe Gilbert with the ball in the middle, leading the charge for Denison. Plays it through and cleared by Washington and Lee. On the near side now, Grace Murray saves us from going out of bounds. And she plays in the middle to Gilbert. Gilbert back to the outside to Grace Murray. Grace Murray controls. And it's out of bounds on the goal line. Going to be a goal kick for Washington and Lee. Grace Murray in the mix early. I told her that veteran leadership. She's always going to be in the mix.
It's Gilbert to Murray so far this afternoon for the Big Red. Gilbert with the speed, getting the ball past midfield and dishing off to our wing players.
Goal kick taken by Washington and Lee. Headed back. Controlled by Washington Lee. They're looking to make a charge now, but it just seems like they can't bring anything to fruition here.
Yeah, it just seems like there's one Denison midi after another coming up to make the stop.
That's Hannah Dodds right there controlling the ball for Denison. Hannah Dodds, the sophomore from Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania.
It's Finney.
Emma Finney. And Grace Murray on the near side now, one-on-one with the Washington Lee defender. She wins it, and she brings it middle to her left foot, and she's tackled. Looks like there's going to be a penalty there.
That
just outside the box for Denison, and
I wonder who's going to take it.
Deja vu here.
Who is going to take this is the question. It's not going to be.
Just on the right side, about 5 yards outside the box. You know, one of my favorite movies growing up, Noah, was Bend It Like Beckham. And that looks like what number 23 Hannah Dodds is about to do right now. 3-player wall from Washington and Lee.
See if she can get it up and over.
There's the whistle, and Dodds to take the kick. A low one, and it's cleared out by Washington Lee. Back to Dodds on the outside. She passes it far side. Miss. And cleared by Washington Lee.
Seems like just a little bit of a missed kick by Grace Murray.
Do you think she meant to do that? I was hoping to
shoot it low.
Yeah.
I think she meant to shoot it low. I do. I think she saw all the commotion in there. Maybe get a little. You never know what happens when you get it on net like they do in hockey.
I agree.
Trying to bend it up around into that top right, definitely a difficult challenge. So
yes.
Like the play.
And ball played into Washington Lee territory. Wozniak on the chase, one-on-one, and it's out of play. Going to be a goal kick.
Gotcha. Okay.
Looks like we've got a nice little student section forming on the far side of the field in the grandstands for the Big Red. Beautiful day for our classmates to come out and support.
Goal kick. It is a nice day on the hill today.
Beautiful day in G Vegas. Ooh, quick header by Phoebe Gilbert. Ouch. Ball played in the middle, headed by Madison Smith. And Washington Lee with a through ball. They're really trying to get something going here. A lot of deep balls, a lot of run and chase.
See, the question I have for them is, for Washington Lee, is what if they slowed the pace down a little bit, try to play away from where Denison's strong suit is right now?
You know, it might be the fact they're on the road, coming off a tough loss. They seem to be playing a bit frantic, hesitant to control the ball, run their sets, get into their offense. It really just seems like they haven't found their identity in this game yet, and that's why they're down 1-0. 1-0, excuse me.
Denison throwing on the far side, taking his Vilsack.
About 26 minutes left to go in this first half. Denison leads 1-0 on the goal by Allison Vilsack if you're just joining us.
A screamer.
Absolute bullet.
Wonder if that is.
Washington Lee controls at midfield. Another through ball. Kate Dennemiller cuts it off. And she's being challenged by number 4 of Washington Lee. That's Sydney Von Rosenberg, the feisty freshman from Texas.
Gilbert in the middle.
Von Rosenberg, not the biggest player, but she's very physical. She's hanging in there tough with the big, stout Denison defense.
All we've seen today is physicality from Denison. I mean, they've just won everything I can think I've seen so far. Still leading in shots and still leading in every offensive category as well.
You know, in a game where that's dictated by a lot of headers and a lot of jump balls, it helps to have that height on your side. Here's Wozniak with the ball in the middle to Armstrong. Armstrong through. Denison giving chase. That's number 26, Sam Hazeltine. And it's cleared out of play. Going to be a Denison throw-in on the far side. The throw-in. Controlled by Wozniak in the middle. And looks like number 24 taking the shot and saved by Passaro.
That was 14, Madison Smith with the strike.
I got to say, I love the aggressiveness from the Denison soccer players early.
If you put it on net, you have to make the goalie do something, and that's what their mindset is right now.
Definitely.
Their mindset is put it on the net.
Good things happen.
And make Pissarro earn every save.
Pissarro, she's younger, a sophomore. Maybe that first goal rattled her cage a little bit. I know it would if I was her. It's a good word. And there's Vaughn Rosenberg back in the corner again, battling with number 25, Allison Vilsack. I applaud her effort, but that's not a battle you're going to win many times. Allyson Vilsack, the senior leader.
Especially on a day where she scored her first goal of her senior campaign.
She's got to be flying high. Ball played back into Washington Lee territory. Controlled. Played to the near side to number 7. That's Kelsey Jervis, team captain. And out of play. Going to be a throw-in for Washington Lee. Jervis to take it. Interesting outfit choice for Leanne Pissarro of Washington Lee.
Yeah.
The neon shorts and neon goalie shirt. I would venture to say that she looks like a highlighter.
Wonder if she wears those as they play games under the lights.
Throw in for Jervis. Headed on by number 10, Caroline Peters. Vaughn Rosenberg battling in the near side corner with Kate Dannemiller for the ball. She crosses it to the middle. And there's a save by Jenny Harold.
First time Harold has had to step out of her comfort zone today.
She came in there, very brave, fell on the ball, kept it from getting in the wrong hands. Washington Lee back with possession.
I sense a little momentum shift, just a tad.
You know, those long chances are finally starting to come to something. And there's a penalty on the Denison defense.
Washington Lee's fans are happy with that one. They feel like they haven't gotten very many of the calls to go their way this afternoon.
Not a bad show out for this Washington and Lee support crew coming from Virginia, I believe. A lot of blue and white in the stands. Free kick now for the Generals. About 20 yards outside the Denison box. Looks like it's number 21 to take it, Megan England. Ball played up and over the goal by Megan England. Now, Noah, Megan England was one of my players to watch in our pregame show. And I still think that she could bring some fireworks. That was kind of a rip.
That ball just grazed over the top of the bar.
Just grazed. Now Denison goal kick to be taken. That's Dannemiller. Phoebe Gilbert plays it through to Grace Murray. Gilbert battling for possession. Dannemiller coming forward to make a nice clearing play. And Wozniak giving chase into general territory. Cleared out to the far side by the Generals. And cleared out of play. Going to be a Denison throw-in.
Looks like we are about to have our first sub come on for Washington and Lee.
That is number 11, Kelsey Chamberlain.
At the next
Kelsey
stoppage.
Chamberlain, the sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina. Kelsey has not started again yet, but she has one of the 2 goals for the Generals. So look for her to come in and provide some offense right away.
Especially with those fresh legs this late in a half. Denison defense maybe getting a little tired. Maybe first step a little quicker. Bada
Here
bing, bada
comes
bang.
Chamberlain. She's going to be coming in for number 8. That's Chandler Wickers, the senior. Wickers with some good minutes for the Generals.
Into the game for Washington and Lee. Number 11, Kelsey Chamberlain.
Yes, very good minutes.
Goal kick now for the Generals.
That was
Wham bam. Headed by Maggie Armstrong. And it looks like it was a push-off there.
just a little bit. Extended the arms.
Extend the arms. It's usually a penalty they call on a corner fade in the NFL. So I got football on my mind right now. It's Sunday. Generals controlled. Nice ball put in the middle there by Caroline Peters, but controlled by the Denison defense. Back to Washington Lee. Comes storming in, ball into the middle, and it's saved by Jenny Harold.
Just it was a nice strike, just a little too long. Could read.
Well strike, just right into the body of Jenny Harold.
Could read that from a pretty good distance.
Booted out by Harold. And headed by Washington Lee and controlled. Played to the near side now and back into the middle, where it's controlled by Madison Smith. Madison Smith out wide.
Oh.
Wozniak with a nice touch to herself, and she's giving chase. And a shove by Wozniak, and that's going to be called. Wozniak throws her arms up like she thinks she didn't do anything, but I think everyone here saw a little push there.
It's the aggressiveness. And they've gotten away with it mostly up to this point and continue to do it until...
It looks like the Washington and Lee fans might be a little bit on edge. I think there's been a couple penalties that they would have liked to see go their way that haven't yet. But there's a penalty on Meg Wozniak and a free kick. Throw in now for the Big Red. You know, is it just me, Noah, or have there been a lot of throw-ins so far today?
There have been a lot of throw-ins today. And it seems like
maybe keep the ball on the field a little bit, huh?
That just plays to them trying to make
work the
their offense
from
the sidelines.
I don't blame them. That Denison defense with Allison Vilsack in the middle is pretty strong. Both teams seem to be sticking to the sidelines to run their sets. And another throw-in.
When the balls are mostly being played in the middle of the field and then being spread out to the outside, it just creates more lanes for them to run through and their forwards to make on-time runs.
To give you a basketball analogy, that would be called the drive and kick.
The give and go, the shake and bake,
Not
the Ricky Bobby.
Yep. Good reference. Ball played in the middle. Giving chase is number 26. That's Sam Hale's team, but it's controlled by Pissarro, the general goalie. And booted by Pissarro. To midfield, Armstrong with the header. Controlled by Wozniak. Wozniak back to far near side, Armstrong. Armstrong with the ball now. And taken away by number 10, Caroline Peters of the Generals. Peters surveying the field. Out wide. There's Vilsack using that strong frame to control the ball away from the General.
I don't understand sometimes, like, those passes don't go to bounds. Like, it was clearly like a...
It's okay,
it's
no.
a great play.
And another throw-in. We should start like a poll on Twitter to see if people actually think that there's many throw-ins, as I think there are.
A little pull down. Foul on number 26, Caroline Coppinger.
Free kick to be taken here by Denison. Just across midfield on the far side in general territory. That's Kate Dannemiller, it looks like. Dannemiller with a nice ball played into the box. Armstrong up for the header, but not enough. And it rolls out of play. Going to be a goal kick for the Generals. Pace seems to be slowing down a little bit here with 15 minutes left to go in the first half. Maybe a little bit of fatigue setting in on this Sunday afternoon.
Denison warming up a sub. Number 16.
That's Casey.
No.
Nuff. Kaylee.
Kaylee Nuff.
Please excuse me. Kaylee Nuff.
Yep.
The freshman from Missouri. And she's in the game here. Going to be replacing number 26, Sam Hazeltine.
We also
Some
have
fresh legs in there for Denison.
Washington Lee countering with number 3, Ellie Prilliman, and number 9, Megan Duncanson.
Coming out is number 10, Caroline Peters, and number 4, Sydney Von Rosenberg. We've been saying Von Rosenberg and Peters' name a lot early. Let's see if those two being out of the game affects the Washington Lee offense at all.
Maybe give them a little extra rest for the second half so they can play a full 45.
They do need to score a goal in order to win this game.
They do. No, they need to score 2.
2 goals, yes. If they scored 1, that would be what they call in soccer a draw. Noah.
And there's already been 2 draws for Denison this year.
Ooh, looks like it might have been a handball there that the refs missed, and he did not. He's got eyes like a hawk. Throw in to be taken here by number 7, Kelsey Jervis, team captain. Played down the sideline. Bunch of juggling going on. A lot of headers. Looking to be controlled. Played in the middle. And cleared by the Denison defense. Nice play right there.
Something small that I've noticed has made a difference in this game, and probably why Denison is up 1-0, is that these balls that they're trying to clear out, the defenders from each team, for Washington Lee, Denison is just filling that and getting to the balls to the sides quicker, while Washington Lee's not recovering as swiftly.
Astute observation, Noah. Ball played to the far side to Vilsack. Vilsack up the sideline and out of bounds. An errant pass there by Allison Vilsack. It's okay. She's got a short memory. Ball played in the middle by the Generals. Looking for a header, and it's too high. Coming out to the near side. And it's going to be out of play. Denison throwing.
This is moving quickly here.
Pace picking up a little bit. Down the sideline again. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick for the Denison defense. You know, looking at this Washington and Lee roster, it's very coast to coast. I see a lot of states represented, all the way from North Carolina to California up to Jersey. A lot of great diversity on this team, geographically.
I see a couple schools I used to play against
From your
in
high school days?
Back in high school.
I remember high school. Little known fact, I actually went to the rival high school of Denison star Meg Wozniak.
Who was better?
Baseball, we ran it. Can't say for women's soccer. I think they probably, I believe they were state champions Meg's senior year. So congrats to them, but go Evanston. And that's controlled by Jenny Harold.
So Jack, with just about 11 minutes to go in the half, do you think Denison plays a little defense and gets to the half with a lead, or do you think they keep trying to go and try to put another one in the back of the net?
You know, if it were the second half, I would say that they would probably just try to pass it around and waste a little bit of time, but with the way that the offense has been struggling so far this season, I'd say that they want to stay in attack mode.
Just got to keep
get
going
everything
with the
they
flow
can get
with the game.
If they can go into this half with a 2-goal lead, that would be very lovely. Coming in for Denison now is number 6, Riley Hammond, to replace senior Grace Murray. Let's see if Hammond can supply a little spark in this last 10 minutes of the first half. Phoebe Gilbert controlling the header. And looks like
reach
they
around
called
there
a reach around on Phoebe Gilbert there. It looks like she doesn't agree with that call. Free kick to be taken by number 23, Hannah Dodds of the Generals. Controlled in the middle by number 21, Megan England, and played out wide. That's Kaylee Knopf giving chase and clearing the ball to save further attack by the General offense.
Another throw-in.
Another throw-in. Would you look at that?
Taking their time on this free kick.
Booted out to midfield. Headed back by the Generals. And played to the far side. Battle ensuing. Ball being kicked around and controlled by Maggie Armstrong to Phoebe Gilbert. And played into the middle by the Generals. Pace picking up here in the last 10 minutes of the first half. The Generals are really trying to get on the board. But that shot off goal and controlled easily by Harold.
I have a feeling Harold's going to try to punt this one as far as she can.
Yes, definitely. And she bombs it to midfield. Phoebe Gilbert with another header. I tell you, Phoebe Gilbert's head has got to be sore by now.
She never gives up on a play. She loses the ball, gets right back in.
She's 110% all the time. That's general number 6, Lainey Smith with the ball now, playing it down the far side. And out of play on the goal line. It's going to be a goal kick here for Denison. And 2 general subs set to come in. That's number 20, Annie Cunningham, and number 15, Allie Miller. Replacing number 5, Danielle Spickard. And number 16, Emily Roche. A lot of fresh bodies in there for both teams.
Yeah.
That might be due to the pickup of pace. Number 13 here, Denison with the ball. That's Emma Finney. Finney giving chase. Number 9 for the Generals, Megan Duncanson. New name here, making a run.
Just seems like there's intent with every pass that Denison is making. There is a will and a need to get it to the next player. As to where Washington Lee just kind of seems like nonchalant.
Very lackadaisical by the General offense on this Sunday afternoon. Lazy Sunday. And another throw-in. Corralled by Wozniak on the far side. And into Denison territory. Back in the middle, that's Kate Dannemiller with the ball now. Dannemiller surveying the field and played in the middle by Wozniak. Out wide to Finney. Finney up the sideline to number 6, Riley Hammond. Ball just kind of hanging around midfield right now. Neither team controlling the pebble. Out wide to Vilsack. Vilsack. The middle to Armstrong. Maggie Armstrong really working the middle of the field well. And another throw-in.
Put it on the board, yes.
Did we count that on our stat sheet?
Don't think that qualifies.
Denison sub set to come in now. That's number 18, Claire Kolf. I believe I'm pronouncing that right.
Shots even at 4 apiece. Shots on goal also even at 2 and 2.
Claire, a sophomore from Draper, Utah. 5 minutes set to go now. And it looks like there was a goal by Washington Lee, but it's being called back. Possibly offsides there. Or not? Yes, offsides there. Take the points off the board.
Mistimed run.
Sorry, General fans. Free kick by Denison. Booted out to midfield. Washington and Lee with the ball again. Streaking into Denison territory. Ball played back to Harold. Ooh. That was a tight one there.
A lot more pressure being added here right now by the offensive Washington Lee.
Feel my heart pumping a little faster. That's number 9 now on the Generals. Megan Duncanson down the sideline with a shot on goal and saved by Harold. Nice save there by the Denison goalie.
Nice positioning, not giving her much of the net to see and stepping up and making a wonderful save.
One more Denison sub. That's number 22, Brianna Lisbon. Freshman from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And for the Generals, number 18, Kelsey Anderson to come in.
It's under 4 to play. Seems like a slight momentum shift back to Washington and Lee.
You know, although the goal was called back, like we mentioned earlier, just seeing that ball in the back of the net
could be what they
mentally
needed.
Could do something for this general offense. Out of play, going to be a general throw-in. And the subs are in. Coming out is number 3, Wozniak, and number 6, Hammond for the Big Red.
Coming out, number 22, Brianna Lisbon. And number 16, Kaylee Knopf.
Ball on the sideline now in Denison territory. Both teams vying for possession. Ball in the middle. Cleared out by Dana Miller. Headed there by number 22, Brianna Lisbon. And it's going to be out of play at about midfield for a general throw-in.
Approaching 2 minutes to go. You think there's another
expect
goal
the pace
this
to
half?
pick up here a little bit.
You think there's going to be another goal?
Let's just wait and see. Number 18 of the Generals, Kelsey Anderson with the ball on the far side and across the goal line. Looks like it's going to be a corner kick. First corner kick of the day for the Generals. Let's see if they can make anything of it. Denison stacking the box. Dana Miller. Vilsack.
Anderson will take it from the corner. See if she can.
The left-footed Anderson. Ball's up. And it's a little bit off target to the top of the box and cleared away. Denison giving chase. And booted out
Vilsack.
by
Vilsack
Allison Vilsack.
Boot. Pushed all the way back to their own goal.
1:20 to play here in the first half.
1 minute announcement and just 10 seconds. You just start counting down.
Washington Lee with the ball in the midfield. A through ball to Kelsey Anderson. Anderson cannot get there. Dana Miller plays it back to Harold. Harold with a boot. Back out to midfield. Number 16. And here comes Phoebe Gilbert streaking down the field. She's got Brianna Lisbon on her right side. Risbon with the ball in the corner. 1-on-1. And back out. Madison Smith. And played out of bounds. Going to be a Denison throw-in.
Really great defense by Kelsey Jarvis there, not letting
That's what team captains
Lisbon
are supposed to do, Noah.
get to the net.
And Kelsey Anderson with a little bit of green in front of her. She's coming up the left side. Across midfield. 40. Madison Smith on her hip.
10 seconds to go.
Under 10 now.
7, 6.
A lot of physical
And
play going on.
That'll do it.
Looks
for
like
the
it's going to
half.
be a Denison free kick, and that will conclude the first half. Denison leads the game 1-0 on the Wanda strike by Allyson Vilsack.
Hello and welcome back. Noah Hahn alongside Jack Blanchard getting ready for the second half. The Denison University
Thanks, man.
women's soccer team up to a 1-0 lead
On the Wanda strike.
on the wonder strike from
By
Allison
Allison
Vilsack,
Vilsack.
who just, the ball never came down, just whizzed right over the goalie's head. So Jack, second half, what's got to be done for each team to pull this victory out?
Yeah, I think Denison's doing well. They're really settling into their sets, controlling a lot of the tempo. For Washington and Lee, I think it's keeping fresh legs in there. When they got their fresh legs, they started making some runs. They started finding a little open space, and that's where their chances were created. You know, Washington and Lee, they're up 5-4 on Denison on shots. It was just that one quick strike by Allyson Vilsack that made the difference so far. But I think keep some fresh legs in there, stay composed for Washington and Lee, and maybe they can itch their way back into this game.
I think you're right.
Yep, absolutely. Teams are huddling up, ready to begin the second half. It's going to be Denison's ball to begin the second half.
Let's see if the aggression stays up for Denison. as well as Washington lead due to the fouls being called towards the end of the half that were not called in the beginning of the match.
Of course. There was a bit
That
of
could change the
tension there
pace.
between the two sides of fans. The pebbles dropped, and the game is on. Booted quickly into Washington lead territory. Armstrong now with the ball in the center of the field. Armstrong looking right, looking wide. Back middle to Phoebe Gilbert. Phoebe Gilbert drops it back to Vilsack. Vilsack up the left side now. Scanning, attacking. And deflected now. Back across midfield. There's Kate Dannemiller with the ball. Played back to Jenny Harold.
You know what's going to happen.
There's Vaughn. Vaughn Rosenberg, always in the mix. Challenging Harold there on that back ball. What do you see so far, Noah?
I see a pretty similar start to the second half as we
There's
saw
a
at the end of
throw-in.
the first
Saw a
half.
couple
And then
of those first half. And it's going to be a Washington lead
Interested
throw-in at
to
about
see-
midfield.
Interested to see if the middle of the field's going to be played the same. My prediction was wrong about them playing the corners. So, if you would have played my way, it would probably be a 0-0 game.
And here's the Generals taking the ball. The left side looking to cross it in the middle of the box, but cleared away by Dannemiller. Now Kate Dannemiller, the freshman from freshman from Bay Village, Ohio. Denison defense got to be very grateful to have her this season. Only a freshman, but she seems to be making quite the impact early. Washington and Lee now with the ball in the middle, and just left of the goal. Going to be a goal kick.
Not a great angle for her to finish that shot
Tough
right
angle.
there.
She was really along the goal line there. Maybe a ball played it in the middle of the box. Someone coming in for a header. Possibly could have created a
Maybe she
better
was
opportunity.
hoping for like hockey where you hit the puck and it hits off the goal and goes in or something like
Yeah,
that.
one of those. Goal kick played out. Madison Smith with the header. That's numbers 26. Sam Hazeltine calling for the ball. Corralled by Wozniak. Wozniak back to Dannemiller in Denison territory. It's the three. It's Dannemiller, Armstrong, and Wozniak who really seem to be working the middle of the field for Denison. Dishing the ball off to their teammates. Spreading it around.
Also, a noticeable difference to me has been Denison with the quick touches as well, but the Generals kind of corralling the ball and just holding it a little bit longer and not passing it as quickly.
Definitely allowing that strong Denison defense to set up shop. Not something you want to be doing.
That's no big time.
No big time, sir. Ball there on the far side. Going to be a Denison throw-in. There's Grace Murray again back in the game. Grace Murray had a very nice first half. Very composed. Made a couple of nice passes to her teammates, and here she is on the far side. Dribbling up, and it's out of play. Going to be another Denison throw-in. Murray seems to always be in attack mode here early. Armstrong with a defender on her hip. Using that physical presence to ward off defenders. And it looks like it's going to be offsides on the through ball. Armstrong looking for Murray there. Looked like they had a little something.
Yeah, just a little bit mistimed by Murray there on the run. Great pass, though.
Lovely. In
Nice
FIFA,
little
what is
fin-
that? L1 triangle?
The finesse.
The finesse ball? Had quite a few of those in my day.
My career FIFA record is like
Not good.
and however many games I've ever played.
That's why you're cut out for the booth, not the sticks. It's going to be a Denison throw-in here on the far side. I'm getting a similar vibe to the beginning of the first half here. Both teams kind of trying to feel out the defense. Here's Wozniak playing a middle ball, and it's saved by Pissarro there. Wozniak, not more of a shot, probably looking for a cross there, but it was cut off by Pissarro.
The highlighter with the boom.
The human highlighter with the boot into Denison territory. That's number 11, Kelsey Chamberlain, but cleared away by Madison Smith.
Yeah, Madison Smith cleared that ball as Wozniak was running back towards her.
play again. It's like the student section seems to be growing here a little bit in the second half. Sounds like they're smelling victory. How to play. Denison throwing on the far side. Not much doing here these last couple minutes. Just under 40 to play now in the second half. Throw in there by Emma Finney. And here comes Washington Jefferson. Ball played in the far corner. That's Peters giving chase down the right side, and it's corralled. Now it's Madison Smith vying for possession in the middle of the field. Booted out. Goal kick here for the Big Red.
Dana Miller on the kick. Nice little ball in the middle of the field.
Nice boot. Phoebe Gilbert up for the header. No dice. Corralled by Wozniak out to Gilbert. Gilbert streaking down the right side using her quickness. And how to play. Going to be a Denison throw-in.
Let's see if Denison starts to get a little bit more aggressive and push the issue like they did in the first half and try to gain a bigger lead and then start to fall back and play defense.
Since that goal in the 8th minute by Vilsack, Denison's opportunities have been limited. But the ball remains in Washington Lee territory for the most part. Throw in there by the Generals. Headed around and punted across the field. It's like Sam Hazeltine giving chase. And now up the right side into Denison territory, but there's Vilsack to cut it off. Vilsack looking middle, finding Phoebe Gilbert. Gilbert turning around to Wozniak.
Yeah, Vilsack has done a nice job cutting off the angles for her matchups here on this near side so far. Start the half.
Patented bend but not break Denison defense.
Like a rubber band.
Like a rubber band. And one thing I've noticed is Phoebe Gilbert's ball control skills seem to be far superior to a lot of the other players here on the field. Very fine-tuned, allowing her to weave in and out of those small gaps, create opportunities for herself and for her teammates. Now here's Wozniak in the middle with a quick crossover and a shot that's blocked by the General defense. In the box, looking to clear by the Generals, and they get it out.
Oh.
And we've got a General player down. Dodds being checked by the trainer here.
Wonderful training staff we have at Denison University. Takes care of both teams on their away trips there.
Absolutely. The unsung heroes of any team here at Denison. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Trish Harris, our head trainer, and all the work that she does to keep us healthy. Play resumed here. Ball on the far side. Kate Dannemiller booting it into General territory. And there's Grace Murray up the right side. Into the box for the Generals. Looking to cross. She crosses, and it's cleared by the General defense. Denison. Couple quick chances early. Look, using that right sideline with a cross into the middle to try to create an opportunity. And guess who it is in the middle of it all? That's the senior, Grace Murray. Out of play on the far side. Throw in here. Phoebe Gilbert's got it. And back out of play, closer to midfield. Thrown in. Armstrong with a quick header to Phoebe Gilbert. Phoebe Gilbert with the ball in the box now. Surrounded by defenders.
Just took on 3 defenders and won that matchup. Kind of like LeBron James.
Please no LeBron references. Kind of like Denzel Valentine. I like that. Another Denison throw-in on the far side. Armstrong with the defender on her hip. Back to the goal. She's moving into the box, and it looks like she was taken down in the box.
That is going to be a penalty
folks,
kick.
Is going to be a penalty kick for the Big Red. Armstrong taken down by 3 General defenders. And everyone in the stands is kind of perking up.
Looks like Kelly O'Neill going to take the kick. Walking up and just taking the ball and saying,
Kelly O'Neill,
give to me this shot.
A lot of trust there from head coach Gail Murphy to put it in the hands of Kelly O'Neill. Kelly lines it up. Pissarro trying to make herself big in the goal. O'Neal staring down. Pissarro, here she comes, the approach, the shot. It's saved by Pissarro, and she falls on it. Wow.
Pissarro
what a
guessed
save
right.
there by Pissarro.
Wow.
O'Neal went for the bottom right corner there. Had a little bit of juice on it, but Pissarro read her like a book. Pounced on it and corralled it, and she boots it out to midfield. Huge, almost game-saving play there by the goalie, Leanne Pissarro.
It really is, because that would have gave Denison the chance to bring another player back and play more defense and not
the
let
Washington and Lee
shots go.
fan section are making a little bit more noise. Here come the Generals up the right side. And a penalty called there on senior defender Allison Vilsack. Looks like it's going to be a free kick.
That was looked clean from up here.
A free kick on the right side here. Taken by number 5, Danielle Spickard. The junior from California. Looks like she's lining up the left foot. Gonna bend one in. Trying to catch a header. Short ball, and it's headed away there by Dana Miller. Grace Murray goes down trying to make a play on the ball there, but she's back up. She's a tough cookie. Pace really picking up here, Noah.
Yeah, that was a great counter defensive session by the Denison. Not letting the momentum shift carry over for very long and being able to put a stop to it right away.
Throw in here on the near side. Phoebe Gilbert battling with number 20. Annie Cunningham for the ball. Back into the middle, and it's Wozniak with the ball again. Out wide to Emma Finney. Looks like we're going to have a stoppage here. Free kick for Denison Vilsack. Pardon me, free kick for the Generals. To be taken on the General side of midfield. Ball played in Denison territory. It's Vaughn Rosenberg with a Denison defender on her hip, but cleared out by Dana Miller. And Vilsack. Fantastic clear there by the Denison defense. They are not giving an inch. And
seems like
Vilsack getting tied up there with Caroline Peterson. They both go down, but no call.
Washington and Lee senses a chance here as they're warmed up number 22, Rebecca Morris, the senior from Nashville, Tennessee. Maybe give a little spark up front here.
We got a substitute
at the right time.
Replacing number 11, Kelsey Chamberlain. This Washington and Lee offense is smelling blood. Like a mako shark in a pool with blood.
On Shark Week.
On Shark Week. Miss Shark Week.
With Michael Phelps.
Ball on the near side now in Denison territory. That's Kelly O'Neal in the middle of it. O'Neal seems to have brushed off that missed penalty kick pretty quickly. She's back in the action with a couple of nice plays in the last minute.
It's an extremely long game, soccer is. Like, you're going to have plenty of chances. You're going to have plenty of opportunities to make an impact in the game. Just clear your head.
Applaud her
get
for
back
having
out there.
a short memory. Here's Madison Smith playing the ball to Wozniak in the middle. Looks like it might have been a handball there, but the refs are going to let it go. Looks like the physicality of this game is really picking up in the second half. Teams are sensing that last horn, trying to do everything they can to get on the board. Free kick now to be taken by Grace Murray. Good ball played in by Murray. And, wow. I think that ball almost could have gone in the goal had it not been for a great leaping save by Pissarro. And she might have been shaken up on the play.
That was a boot. Great ball.
'Twas a bomb, my dude. So it's going to be a Denison corner kick. That's Sam Hazeltine lining it up into the middle. Ball up and headed away by the General defense. Madison Smith. And booted out of play by number 4, Sydney Von Rosenberg. Von Rosenberg never hesitates to get back in the action. Vilsack now on Von Rosenberg. Two alpha players going at it. Love to see that competition. And here's a ball into Denison territory. It's number 22, Rebecca Morris, vying with Kate Dannemiller for the ball. And Kate Dannemiller wins the ball.
Maybe got away with a little push there to create some space.
Rebecca Morris just new into the game with a great run there up the left side. Vilsack taking the throw in to Hazeltine and stolen away there by number 20, Annie Cunningham. Phoebe Gilbert back with the ball now. Back to Dannemiller. Dannemiller back to Jenny Harold. Harold back to Dannemiller on the right side. Searching, looking for a big kick. And playing it through to looking for Wozniak in the middle of the field. That Dannemiller to Wozniak connection seems to be pretty healthy here in the second half.
It's definitely been the game plan since the start of the match
Always
to get
got their
Wozniak
eyes
the
on
ball.
each other. And here's number 10 again. That's Caroline Peters on the right side with the ball, and it's out of play. Looking like we're setting up for a corner kick here. And we've got a substitute here for the Generals. It's number 26, Caroline Coppinger, replacing number 3, Ellie Prilliman. Fresh legs. Corner being lined up on the near side. Denison stacking the box. And here's the ball in, and it's headed away. Up in the box, looking for someone to gain control, and it's headed away again. Wozniak now.
No? Okay.
Generals with the ball in the box. It's Von Rosenberg looking deep, and she just
grazed the top
grazes
of the bar.
the top of the goal with a shot. I held my breath for a second there, Noah.
I'm sure so did Coach Murphy.
That would have been a tough one.
That would
Kind of an arching shot, not much of a firm shot,
Really
more of a
no big angle.
little chip, little flop shot.
Chip and a mute.
And the goal kick taken by Dannemiller into general territory. And played out wide to number 20, Cunningham. Cunningham with a nice ball at the sideline. Vilsack cuts it off.
It's a good win by Vilsack right there.
Great teamwork there by the Denison defense to get the ball back. A lot of one touches. Ends up in Wozniak's hands. Wozniak to Hazeltine. Hazeltine across the middle. Looking for Gilbert. Ball in. Aiming for Murray, and it's kicked away. Now it's Finney up the right side with the ball. Denison making a lot of runs here in the last couple minutes.
That was a great ball by Madison Smith.
Superb ball. Score remains 1-0.
There's an extremely long attempt. That was
very bold attempt on goal there from about 50 yards out. That's corralled by Pissarro. Since that 8th minute goal by Vilsack, we've had a couple shots on goal, but no more points on the board. We're now at 25 minutes left in the half. This is right about the time during the first half when fatigue started setting in a little bit. You saw players getting tired, a lot of substitutes coming in.
A lot of substitutes in the first half around this time. But I wonder if Coach Neil Cunningham is straying away from that and going with his more veteran group in this half. See if they can
Can't read in
figure
Neil
it
Cunningham's mind, but if I were him, that's what I would do, rely heavy on the shoulders of those veterans. Neil Cunningham over there on the general bench, looking down at his feet, wondering what he can do to get a ball on the net for his team. Ball in the right corner of the Denison side, played in the middle by the Generals. Cross in the middle, hanging out in the box. Someone's going to need to clear this for the Big Red. And ball played into the corner to Caroline Peters, number 10. Played back in the middle, and Harold comes out and makes a great save on that cross by Caroline Peters.
Honestly, coming out with a goal like that is like running across the middle of football. You don't know what's going to hit you after that pass is thrown.
You saw it a couple minutes ago. Pissarro, the goalie for the Generals, came out to make that nice play, but kind of took a slacking. Harold with no fear back there.
No fear.
Direct correlation between that and the goose egg on the board for the Generals. Now Peters looking to take a shot, and another save by Jenny Harold. Almost squeezed through the wickets there.
A little blocked by like a little wall of a couple defenders there.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get your eye on it.
Harold now booting the ball out to midfield. High arching kick corralled by senior Grace Murray. Murray with a push. Pushed in the back there, and it's going to be a Denison free kick. And Murray is down. Slow to get up. Getting up now. Wincing a bit. She's a tough woman. Free kick to be taken by Dana Miller just on the General side. Dana Miller eyeing the box here. And a nice cross. Looking for Armstrong. And it bounces over the goal. My goodness.
Another.
What a ball there by Kate Dana Miller.
Another chance.
A lot of talent. 2 subs here for the Generals. That's number 8, Chandler Wickers, and number 9, Megan Duncanson, replacing number 10, Caroline Peters, and number 21, Megan England. Fresh legs, fresh legs. One thing the Generals do have is a very deep roster. They're going to utilize all those assets they have over there.
Yes, they do. They do have.
And there's a ball out of play on the near side. It's going to be a throw-in. Number 20, Annie Cunningham taking it. Annie Cunningham sporting, what color would you say that is? Salmon? Peach? Vibrant cleats, to say the least.
I would say more of a salmon.
Salmon.
A cooked salmon.
Make her look very fast. Like my good friend Cody Murray's sunglasses. Ball into Denison territory. Being headed around. Playing a little bit of Peppa with a pebble. And out of play. Going to be a throw in here. Vilsack to take it. Looking for Hazeltine. Hazeltine with a header to the middle. Wozniak colliding with number 5 of the Generals, Danielle Spickard. Looks like it's going to be a Denison free kick, and the General fan section does not agree with that call. Looks like it could have been either way, Noah.
It looked like it could have been either way, but I think Wozniak might have got there a little early with the elbow.
Definitely.
From up here.
Wozniak really using that physical frame to assert her dominance. Sometimes you can get a little bit carried away. And looks like General Coach Neil Cunningham has just been awarded a yellow card. Cunningham really did not approve of that last call. And Stripes let him have it for it. Neil Cunningham continues to pace on the sidelines.
Yeah, not a very happy camper at the moment.
Not a happy camper. A little sand in the pants over there. Cunningham continuing his conversation with the side judge as Kate Dana Miller plays the ball into the middle, and it's across the goal line. Going to be a goal kick for the Generals. And number 19 in for Denison. That's Molly Smith to replace number 26, Sam Hazeltine. Great minutes there from Hazeltine. Always in the mix. We're under 20 minutes now in the second half. Score remains Denison 1, Washington and Lee. Neil.
I sense another goal coming. I feel it.
Emily
in
Roche.
your bones.
Just tingling
In
my
the game
bones.
for Denison, number 19.
I'd have to
Molly
agree
Smith.
with you. I hope it's on our side. Goal kick taken.
16%.
Ball bouncing around that midfield. Denison throwing at midfield on the far side. Out of play, and it's going to be another throw-in. Lead down the far side. Giving chase is Molly Smith. And a penalty in the ensuing fight for the ball. It's going to be a general free kick. Love the aggressiveness early from Molly Smith, coming straight into the game and making her presence known.
Totally understandable.
It's also what you got to do as a young freshman too, to gain more minutes. Go in there, hustle, play as
Can't
best you
take
can.
nothing from nobody. Gator never, ever. Booted by Harold. Out to midfield. Armstrong with the header. Out wide to Molly Smith. Molly Smith with a nice ball there. That's to Wozniak. Wozniak with a through ball to Smith on the right side, but it's taken away by the Generals and cleared out of play. Nice opportunity there by the Denison. Big Red offense. They're not hanging back.
No,
they're still up 1-0, 20 minutes to play, but they're still going after it.
Yeah,
Trying to create some opportunities.
I wonder at what point Coach Murphy will, in fact, move them back if it still stays one goal up in the next couple of minutes. I wonder when she'll push everybody back.
It'll be
Or if she even
interesting to see.
does.
Denison stacking the box. Wozniak, Armstrong licking their chops for the ball, and it's a little bit off to the right into the side of the goal, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Not a lot of grass
lot of oomph
grown
on
in
that
over
one.
there. Yeah. Seems like it's a lot of dirt over there. Not the grass
dry
isn't
area.
grown in fully yet. Tough to
These
plant. and
Denison
get a
women,
nice
they don't make
shot off.
excuses, though. Just head down, focus on the next play. Washington Lee seems to be threatening a little bit. But there's Allyson Vilsack to stifle any opportunity. Now she's bringing it up the middle, looking for Grace Murray down the left side. Murray giving chase. Murray against Cunningham, and Cunningham with the ball. Played out of play. Nice chase right there by those two alpha players. Right about now, we're looking to see a couple fresh legs on both sides for that final push down the stretch. Wozniak with a ball across in the middle, corralled by Passaro.
No real chance there from that angle.
Couple of Wozniak's crosses cut off. And into Denison territory with the ball. Some new face there, Danielle Spickard with the ball. Played out wide, it's Vaughn Rosenberg. Vaughn Rosenberg against Vilsack. Vaughn Rosenberg down the right side, Vilsack with the ball. And played across the goal line. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick for the Big Red.
I don't think Vilsack has been beat yet today on defense.
That's a matchup that we love to see.
Absolutely.
Sydney Vaughn Rosenberg going neck and neck with Allison Vilsack, and Vilsack winning that battle. I can agree with you. I don't think she's lost a single ball today. Oh, and a header off the noggin of Phoebe Gilbert. She shakes it off and gets right back in the mix. Ooh, some fancy footwork here by Grace Murray. And she
Wins
frees
it.
herself up down the left side. My ankles hurt just watching that, Noah. And here's Murray up the left side looking to cross the ball. And number 9, Megan Duncanson looking for some room up the right side. And it's going to be a Denison throw-in off the goal kick. Hit out of play. Vilsack to take the throw-in. Tick-tock, Noah. Almost the 13 minutes left in this second half. Washington and Lee is going to need to start making some more aggressive moves.
Time is winding down. Let's see if Washington and Lee makes an adjustment to try to get
Ball
some
cleared
more
out of the
net.
Denison zone.
Harold again has had a decently peaceful second half.
She's over there picking daisies. Nice interception there by Madison Smith, and Smith plays it into the goal box. Picked up by Pissarro. Maybe a bit of a stretch there by Madison Smith. A bit premature on the send. Pissarro boots it. These headers are making me queasy. Danielle Spickard right in the mix. Trying to make something happen for the Generals, and there's a ball played through. Sydney Von Rosenberg, and she's offsides. Nice opportunity there for the Generals, just cut short by a couple feet. Sydney Von Rosenberg was offsides.
And here come the subs.
Fresh legs. It's number 21, Megan England back in the game, and number 10, Caroline Peters. Two catalysts for this Washington and Lee team. And Kelly O'Neill in
That was a big battle.
ferocious fight for the ball in midfield with a couple Washington Lee defenders. And finally, a whistle and a penalty on the Generals. Going to be a free kick for Denison. To be taken by none other than who? Kate Dannemiller.
The clockwork.
With another beautiful ball into the box. Rattling around. Grace Murray corralling it. Looking to take a shot. She rips it in. A nice save by Pissarro. We had a great angle for that one, Noah. It looks like it might have squeaked into the upper right-hand corner.
I thought it was going to get by.
But Pissarro says, no, no, no.
I thought that was going to be a game finisher right there.
That's called ice.
In my veins.
And Vilsack coming charging through, stealing the rock. And putting, who is that? Annie Cunningham on her seat with a nice fancy move. Phoebe Gilbert going up for a header. Pace picking up here, Noah. You can sense Washington Lee getting a little desperate.
Yes. See Denison keeping the pressure on, keeping the ball in there and not giving a chance.
Grace
Washington
Murray
Lee
down the left side.
Get the equalizer.
Against Andy Cunningham, and another nice move by Grace Murray. Now Kelly O'Neill with the ball in the middle, and she's taken down. No call here by the Zebras. Through ball attempt stifled by Kate Dannemiller. Back to the near side to Vilsack. Vilsack to Gilbert in the middle.
Yeah, let your playmakers work to finish this game off, get you the win.
Phoebe back across to Kate Dannemiller. Denison really staying poised in these last couple minutes. Not cracking, not giving an inch. Ball now out of play on the far side in general territory. And looks like Grace Murray will be coming out of this game. Sam Hazeltine replacing her. The senior, Grace Murray, if this is it for the day for her, she's had a great day.
A magnificent day.
Huge impact. Under 10 minutes now to play in the second half. Pace quickening.
Just
brows sweating.
Pressure amped.
Definitely. This general fan section on the edge of their seats.
They would definitely love to go home with the win after the distance they've traveled.
I'm telling you, that would be a long, somber drive back to Virginia. And Vilsack flying in to clear the ball.
Into the game for Denison, number 26, Sam Hazeltine. Into the game for Washington and into the match for Washington and Lee, number 10, Caroline
Ball
Peters,
now up the right side.
21,
It's number 9 of the Generals, Megan Duncanson, vying with Vilsack for the ball. And it's out of play. Going to be a Denison goal kick.
5 minutes to go, under 5 in the second half. We got another sub. Yeah, 15 for the winning team sub. Yeah,
And another substitute. It's number 15, Allie Miller in the game for number 8, Chandler Wickers. Goal kick taken by Kate Dannemiller.
For the Generals, number 15, Allie Miller.
Sam Hazeltine fighting for a jump ball with Megan Duncanson. Megan Duncanson winning it, playing into the middle. That's Allie Miller, the fresh face in the game. She's looking to take a shot. And just a little bit off to the right. And
almost tracked down
across the goal line. It's going to be a goal kick for the Big Red.
He was almost tracked back down by Duncanson. Almost got a shot on
She
goal.
was trying to channel her inner Allison Vilsack there, but we all know how that's going to end up. Goal kick for the Big Red.
5 minutes and under in the second half.
Think of it like, as the losing team, there's a reason why the rule's that way, so the losing team doesn't sub a lot to try and stop the clock.
Ball in the middle of the field. Phoebe Gilbert with it to Wozniak. Wozniak surveying the field. Ball up the right side to number 19, Molly Smith, but cleared out of play by the General defense.
Coming about 7 minutes.
Tick, tock, tick, tock. General offense is going to need to make something happen here. Denison keeping their foot on the gas, keeping the ball in General territory, not letting them breathe. Seems like for the last couple minutes it's just been a Denison opportunity on goal and a clear by the General defense, except for now.
This is the
A
counter.
break by the General offense. That's number 5, Danielle Spickard with the ball. Down the right side to number 9, Megan Duncanson. Duncanson looking to cross, getting tied up with Vilsack, and Vilsack clears it out of play.
Wins another one.
She is a beast. Throw in by the Generals.
Madison Smith doing a wonderful job there, staying in front of number 9, Duncanson, cutting off the angle to the goal.
We got another throw in Denison territory on the near side. There's Annie Cunningham again with a cross into the middle, taken away by Maggie Armstrong and cleared up the left side. Sam Hazeltine giving chase, but it's out of play. Going to be a throw in for the Generals. Annie Cunningham.
Quick throw in.
Pace really quickening now. Generals smelling a little bit of blood, trying to get an opportunity. Ball played into the corner. And the shot.
Just wide. First time Vilsack has been beat on this near side. Almost a goal for Washington and Lee. Definitely a correlation there.
Very fortunate to escape that. Under 5 minutes now left in this match. Denison maintains a 1-0 lead over the Washington Lee Generals. Sam Hazeltine looking for Molly Smith up the right side. A little too much juice on that pass, and it's going to be
too much sauce.
General throw-in. No such thing as too much sauce. Sauce is the boss. Madison Smith now with the ball in the middle. Armstrong played up to Wozniak. You surprised at how aggressive this Big Red offense is maintaining?
I am and I'm not, and I am not as well.
I mean, that's just the nature of this team this year.
It's also early in the year, non-conference matchup, trying to feel out your offense, trying to get it going. So I understand trying to keep pushing for a goal. I also understand coming out with the W at home on a Sunday afternoon as well.
You know, a wise man once told me the best defense is a good offense. Seems to be the philosophy of Coach Gail Murphy today. Ball played back to the goalie Harold, cleared away, headed by Madison Smith. And the Generals with the ball now coming up the left side of Denison. It's number 15, the new face on the field, Allie Miller, and it's late in the middle end.
Sarah Harold
Laid
coming out,
out
a sliding save.
By Jenny Harold.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse you. That was close. Kind of a sliding effort there to just come in and punch the ball out of the box. Another chance here for the Generals. Left side. Looks like it's going to be called offsides. And a free kick coming here for the Big Red. 3 minutes now left on the clock. Denison tasting their second win of the year.
The next match for the Denison women's soccer team will be at Ohio Northern in Ada, Ohio.
Beautiful, beautiful little town.
This Wednesday at 4:30.
Maggie Smith now. And the ball just out of play. Megan Duncanson looking for a little room on the right side. She might have had something there had it not rolled out of bounds. Denison throw in. Vilsack to Hazeltine.
See, Dennis is probably going to slowly try to move the ball up the field and just run out the rest of his time as much as
Under
they can.
2 minutes to play now. Ball in general territory, looking to push the issue a little bit. Megan Duncanson.
Wozniak kicks it out of bounds. Quick throw
Denison
in.
looking to just keep the ball out of the middle of the field, clearing it out of play.
Foul on number 20, Annie Cunningham.
And it's going to be a free kick for Denison on the freshly painted red D here at Barclay Thompson Field. Great little touch.
It's the little things.
It is. Kate Dannemiller to take the kick. Under a minute here to play. Dannemiller looking in the middle.
Strong
Kicked
ball
away.
in the box.
Megan Duncanson now. She seems to be all over the place in these last couple minutes. Man, Sam Hazeltine taken out by a tough slide here. And she's slow to get up. The clock will stop for this one.
Yeah,
Hazeltine's teammates over to help her up.
I'm definitely not a ref, but it kind of seemed like a foul.
If you would ask me, my unbiased opinion, I would say that was a foul, yes. It's going to be a corner kick for the Big Red. Clock is stopped at 39 seconds. Ball play in the middle. Headed away. Looking for some room. Played in the middle. It's Armstrong with a shot that's blocked.
30 seconds left.
The Generals are going to need to make something happen here. It's Vilsack flying into general territory on the far side, and the ball's out of play. 20 seconds left in this game. Generals need a miracle at this point.
10 seconds to go.
Crowd is on their feet. 10 seconds to play.
7,
And that
6, 5, 4,
will
Waiting
do
for
it.
the horn.
2,
Denison comes
And
out
that'll do it.
victorious. Denison wins at home here on Sunday afternoon against Washington and Lee.
With a score of 1-0. Star of the game today, the senior Allison Vilsack with an 8th minute wonder strike that carries Denison over Washington and Lee.
Thanks for tuning in to Denison Sports Network this afternoon.
I'm Jack
Jack.
Blanchard.
I'm Noah Hahn.